Hello and welcome to my podcast. I am a doctor from Hyderabad and a huge Manchester United fan. So today I'll be discussing about the problems at Manchester United. Well, it is a long list, and I'm not going to talk about the off-the-field issues, the ownership, the Glazers, Ineos, Jim Ratcliffe, what they're doing, what they're not doing, penny pinching, saving money, food, there's no food on the table, all that. I'm not discussing all that. I'm talking about football and on the pitch, what these players are up to. So I have around 5 or 6 points which I want to make. The first one is United players don't look physical enough. They don't look strong enough to play in a physical league like the Premier League. They look tired after running for 45 minutes. You look at Anthony, who's playing like shit at Manchester United. He goes to a less physical league at Real Betis, and he's playing fairly well there. I won't say he's ripping it off there, but Betis beat Madrid yesterday. So, and his player rating was higher than Mbappe and Vini. So I don't know what to make of that, but in a less physical league, he's doing well. Same Rashford, don't even get me started on Rashford. But Sancho again didn't look fit when at Man United. He's not pulling up trees at Chelsea either. So I'm not sure what to make of Rashford. That's a different debate. But the others in our team, they don't look strong enough to run for 90 minutes, to be physical, make challenges, and not. I don't think our team, the entire level, first to 15, I don't think they are strong enough or physical enough for the Premier League. And my next doubt is when we try to pass out from the back, why does it feel like our players are afraid of passing the ball? Like, why does it feel like they don't know what to do with it when they have it? So they have the ball and then it's like they just clear it. They just hoof it up towards the striker. They don't want to keep the ball. They don't want to play with it. They don't want to create those angles. You know, there was a time sometimes under Ten Hag, sometimes under Amarin, where they cannot string four passes together. They pass around and then once they reach there and the opponent jockeys them or they have to come back, they have to recycle it and try to move it around. They're just lost. They're just lost for ideas. They don't know what to do with the football. Why is that? We don't have a player with silk in our midfield who can understand the game and keep the ball. Kobe Mino has that, but Kobe Mino plays football like we are 3-0 up. You understand? He will keep the ball, but he needs people around him with high IQ to how to move the ball. Kobe Mino also doesn't move the ball uh, doesn't progress. He doesn't have progressive passes. He doesn't pass forward enough for my liking, like a carrot. So Kobe Mainu can keep the ball, but he cannot progress it forward. So he needs good players around him. He's not the answer to United's midfield. Even our back three, I think only Lisandro Martinez has the ability to play out from the back. He looks comfortable receiving the ball in uh, difficult areas and acute angles, and he can beat a press, but uh, he's a little physical, but his challenges are very rash. And he got injured, and he's injury prone. He's out with an ACL, I think in the second knee this time, so it is difficult to come back from two ACLs. I don't think he will reach. I hope he reaches the level he has reached for us because he can pass the ball from the back, but I am not satisfied with his mm, uh, uh, his what do you call his challenges and his tackles because he jumps two-footed. into those tackles, which is very rash, which is just asking for a red. So yeah, let's wait and see on that. And then our defense, whenever someone is running at our defense from the midfield, suppose from the center line, uh, we always allow that attack on us. We always try to jockey it uh, uh, unsuccessfully, and we never go and win the ball. We always attract the pressure on us. We always let the players come to our box and cross or pass or shoot. Our defense, the way we defend is is I don't know, is very bad. We don't go in and try to win the ball back. We are always jockeying and Dalot. Oh my God. Always, those images of Dalot strike me whenever I talk about United's defending. He is abysmal. How did we choose Dalot over Van Bissaka? Van Bissaka was such a brilliant defender. He was 1v1. He was the best defender we had, and I don't understand why we let him go. So yeah, and why don't we tackle and why don't we win the ball back fairly, like how other teams do? When other teams press, they come and they win the ball. They know how to win the ball off a player. Once an opponent turns, we are just lost. And then that guy has a easy run on our back four and they take a shot. So we have to improve our defense. And then now this is the players. Now I'm coming to Amaral. So in a so Amarim plays a 3-4-3. So the back three, midfield two wing backs, two number tens inside, and a centre forward. So the front three is okay for me, but United traditionally play with wingers. There are no wingers in this team. Okay. Uh, no, so that job has to be done by wing backs. So your wing backs have to be high, and your three at the back have to be split. So each one you can imagine at the edge of the box, and one centre back in the middle. So if they are compact, this formation is designed for the back three to be wide apart and defend 1v1. This formation is not for all of them to be compact. If they are compact, then they call their wing backs towards them. So then that makes it a flat back five. Once you have a flat back five, your central midfielders then will get outnumbered. So your opponent plays a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. So they have three in the middle. Those three will outnumber your two. Even if your two have legs or if they don't, they will get outnumbered because your wing backs are here. So that becomes so if you want to play a flat back five, then you go and do what Brentford do. You play a flat back five, you have three in the middle so they don't get outnumbered, and then two wide up front, either like they do with Visa and Mbuemo. So then you do that with your Garnacho and Zerzi or Garnacho and Hoyland. Then you have to sacrifice one and then play three. These three will have to have defensive discipline. Then you cannot have Bruno here. You cannot have a number 10 with no defensive discipline in a midfield three. If you want to play a flat back five and you want to have compact central defenders. If a Amorim's 3-4-3 has to work, it has to have uh, three defenders who are capable of defending 1v1. So if suppose on the left, so if I have a left-sided center back, suppose a Euro or a De Ligt, then he has to go out and deal with the opponent's winger. The wing back has to deal with any overlapping runs of the opponent's fullback, and or if he wants him to double up on your opponent's if or Salah or whatever the opponent's winger, then your central midfielder can cover the or track the runs made by their opposing number 10 or whether they are playing an 8 or a 10. So the midfielders' runs will be tracked by your holding midfielder there, or one of the two who are playing in central midfield. So that is how you do it. Your center back has to be there, and then so what happens is you slide. So when this left-sided center back has gone out to defend versus suppose a Salah, and then your wing back is either picking up Trent or picking up Szoboszlai, then your The other two centre backs stay in the middle, and then that wing back then drops and probably makes a contact to make sure that he's throwing Luis Diaz or a Robertson, or he comes into midfield and makes sure that the other centre. So that is how your team dynamic should work. Uh, then whatever you pick a man and then you mark him. But you cannot have a flat back five. If you, once you have a flat back five, that is how relegation teams play. You cannot win the league with a flat back five. And it is very difficult to track runners with a flat back five. So that is what is wrong, I think, with the Amorim system. And Amorim, a man who only plays back threes, should know this. And if he's seeing that, he should be changing it. And I think, well, Dorgu is a good signing. I think and he has to tell Dorgu to stay up. Left-footed, left-sided, left wing back has to play up. And so then, like the last match where versus Ipswich, where Lenny Yoro started coming out with the ball, I think there were signs that they are working on it. There were signs that they will improve on it. But I think we have to see more of this. Then one more is, where are the attacking patterns of play? What are Hoyland and Zirkzee and Bruno and Garnacho doing on the pitch or in the training ground? So they should know when they want to come short. So suppose the ball is on the right wing, uh, and I'm imagining out of hope that Daniel goes to the right baseline. I forgot the name. Is it really called baseline? Byline, sorry. Yeah. So Dalo goes to the right byline, or suppose Dorgu goes to the right byline from here. What are our movements? Where is Hoyland going? Is he going to the near post? Then who's going to the far post? So then is Zexi going to the far post? Then who's coming to the penalty spot? Is Bruno coming there? So do we have these patterns? Do the players know where they have to go? Or has do they train on this, or is it just off the cuff how the game flows? How do you want it to be? I think there should be some connect between the players where they know who is making a near post run and who is making a far post run. I think that level of understanding we need to see on a pitch, and I'm not seeing it. So this level of understanding I would see when Rooney and Van Persie were there. Rooney had this level of understanding with every player he played with, right from Rude, Berbatov, Luis Saha, Chicharito, Van Persie. Rooney had it with all of them, with Welbeck, with even few games with Zlatan as well, and a few games with Cavani. Rooney always, when one person went to the front post, one person would go to the back post, or one person would stay at the uh, box penalty spot. So you need that understanding. I don't see that understanding at all in this United team. So what I wanted to share is this: what are the attacking patterns of play? Why do we defend so badly? Why can't we keep the ball? Why are we afraid of the ball? Why do we look like we cannot string four passes together? So these are all the doubts I have as a United fan. So I hope Amorim, if he's listening to this, somehow he works on this, and watching United, it has become depressing these days. So I hope we turn it around. I hope we win some silverware this year. We win the FA Cup today. If we win the FA Cup match today and progress, and if we manage to defend our FA Cup, we can get a Europa League place again. If we somehow haram ball our place to a Europa League win. I think we get a Champions League spot and good money which we can spend. So then, we can talk about those things. But I think it's been too long since we played the uh, Champions League where we've done well in the Champions League. I think the last time we were good in the Champions League was that, I think from that Nani red card versus Madrid, I think our Champions League has gone down the hill, man. There are around, after that, I think only two or three games where we played well in the Champions League. One was that comeback Van Persie hat trick. I don't remember the team. I think Olympiacos. Then one match was the Rashford hat trick. I think against RB Leipzig. Uh, then that famous Paris comeback. That day, that credit should have gone to Lukaku, by the way. Lukaku had scored 2 goals. Rashford just scored the winning penalty. I think that game, I think Rashford robbed Lukaku of his credit, man. That credit has to go to Romelu Lukaku. So I think in 10 years, I can count on my fingers about on the good Champions League days or nights which we've had. So I think we desperately need to get back into the Champions League and have a team playing good football in a good system. This system can be good. Conte won the Premier League with the back three. Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League with the back three. So it is doable, but you need uh, good back three, good defenders who can defend, midfielders who can run, and number 10s who are very skillful on the ball. Like Eden Hazard was for, I think Hazard was there in that Conte team. And yeah, you need forwards who can score, forwards who are clinical, who score in few chances, and you need number 10s like, you need Garnacho to do a Eden Hazard, where he runs with the ball and creates chances and scores goals and creates goals, and Garnacho has to be that player if you have to win the league, playing in the number 10. So it's a long way to go. I hope and pray that we win at least one trophy this year, and then we buy good system players and play free flowing, attacking, good football with a good defensive structure. And I hope United get back to winning ways because Liverpool are winning their 20th. That that has to wake us up from the slumber that we are in for the last 10 years. We have to start challenging for trophies. We have to win the Premier League next year. We cannot be like this. We cannot become a team that is so bad that doesn't challenge. United has to challenge for the Premier League next season. And for that, we have to start winning something this year. We have to either win the FA Cup or the Europa and, become a good team again, please.